Hello everybody! Welcome back to FNAF Theory, Ultimate Custom Night, the true challenge for anyone who lays claim to the title. I don't really think anyone was expecting this game to have any groundbreaking Easter eggs, and yet it does. Characters referencing some mysterious he who is always watching, a creepy picture of a weird little boy, and a cutscene with Golden Freddy twitching with the sound of fire in the background. Actually, I think most of us were more concerned with the Chica and Freddy anime. The first thing I want to establish here is what is canon and what isn't. The game mechanic of customizing your games where every animatronic attacks you is not canon. The voice lines and the certain cutscenes, however, are. The reason why is because the voice lines never reference any animatronic that the speaker never existed with. For example, FNAF 1 Freddy doesn't reference Rockstar Freddy because they didn't exist at the same time. Understand? Good. Now here's the tricky part. Does that mean that who we play as is no one at all? Not necessarily. People have been speculating that the person we play as in this game is William Afton, aka Springtrap, as he exists in some form of purgatory, reliving death by the kids he's murdered over and over and over. It's a good theory, but there's one problem. Afton never met the Nightmare animatronics. They were just that, nightmares, dreamt up by Michael, his son. Now don't get confused, Michael isn't the crying child. I'll explain that in the next video, but just remember, the Nightmare animatronics were a fabrication of Michael's guilt. But guilt over what? That's the next Easter egg! Now that we've established that the main gameplay of UCN is non-canon while voice lines and certain cutscenes are, we're ready to talk about what some of the voice lines mean. Most of the dialogue spoken is just filler. Other times it's sarcasm and other times it's just the hippo monologuing. But there are certain lines of dialogue that stick out. Starting with the Nightmare animatronics, we see, or really hear, that they always reference someone you shouldn't have killed. This got me thinking about how we play as Michael during the nights of FNAF 4. Who dies at the hands of someone else in that game? The crying child, killed during a prank pulled by his older brother. This proves something that I have been thinking for a long time. The Nightmare animatronics aren't generated by fear, they're created out of guilt. This perfectly lines up with what Nightmare Freddy says later.
I am remade, but not by you, by the one you should not have killed. I am given flesh to be your tormentor.
Who does the older brother torment in FNAF 4? His younger brother. And that's not all. Take what the other nightmares say, for example.
He's here and always watching, the one you shouldn't have killed. I am a burning reminder of your misdeeds. Greetings from the fire and from the one you should not have killed. We know who our friends are, but you are not one of them.
Michael feels guilty for what happened to his younger brother, I think. Honestly, I haven't had much time to develop this theory, but if you guys have any suggestions, make sure to post them in the comment section down below. Anyway, back to the video. The next Easter egg I want to discuss is the Old Man Consequences Easter egg. I believe that this takes place at the same exact time as this. The old man tells you to rest your own soul and to leave the demon to his demons. This could be interpreted two different ways. You are playing the minigame as Michael, who burned up with the rest of the pizza simulator in FNAF 6, or you're playing as Golden Freddy, someone who has no vengeance against William because he was never murdered, listening to the echoing sounds of William getting burned to a crisp. Now you might be shouting at me from your computer screens that Golden Freddy was released along with the others in the Happiest Day minigame. You would be right, except for one tiny detail. We saw the puppet released as well, but we didn't see her empty mask in the good ending, and she was later seen in FNAF 6. You know who else we don't see in the background of the good ending? Golden Freddy. And this segues right into the next Easter egg.
The Golden Freddy cutscene.
Let's be honest, we were all expecting an over-the-top anime scene with Chica, Freddy, Foxy, and Mangle, but no! We got a twitching Golden Freddy with two white people sitting in a dark room with fire in the background as a somber tone plays. Okay, what the heck? Remember how I said that the puppet was still able to appear in FNAF 6 even though we saw her released in FNAF 3? Golden Freddy has that same ability. It seems that these two have more in common than you would think. They're both aware of where they are and what they're doing. They both have the ability to speak, and they both don't show up in the good ending. Huh. But that's a theory for another day. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what you think down in the comment section, and remember to like and subscribe.
I will.